Hello and welcome. This is Rosangel Perez, and welcome to Tuning In with Ra. Tonight, I am so delighted to share that we are going to be having a conversation that's filled with mysticism, soulful vibes. I mean, we were just chatting it up a couple of minutes beforehand. And I have to tell you, family, I'm already feeling sizzled up. I feel the goosebumps. There is we're in the cusp of such great activation. Priestess El Pellegrino. You have the last name of my favorite teacher in the whole wide world,
Oh, I got
Mr.
chills. So
Pellegrino.
lovely.
And I have definitely, I'm grateful to have you join us. How are you today?
Oh, I'm wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Excited to be with you and to connect with your audience and share the beautiful energy of the now. I was snapping something in to make sure it stayed on tight. Um, thank you for having me, and excited to share all the blessings that are going on at this moment.
Now, for the audience who might be learning about you for the first time, tell us something about you, something that you're excited about right now. And also, I mean, you are a woman that's truly, when I think about someone who's tapped in, tuned in, you embody that. You live that. And
Thank
you've
you.
also, you recently shared with me that you also gave birth to a new book too. So you have some exciting projects that you are part of. So uh, share whatever, the floor is yours, whatever you'd like to share, however you'd like to direct this conversation.
Okay, you got it. You got it. It's really wild that it's a very, oh my goodness, I'm sorry if I'm not full screen. I'm trying to get it perfectly right. Um, it is an amazing, amazing, energetic time. Um, there's upgrades going on like you would not believe. If you're feeling like you're just so, so tired, it's a blessing because if you allow yourself to feel that energy and breathe into that energy, you're able to be in a more in alignment with the upgrades that are happening at this moment, at this time. Um, this year is like no other. And we've gone through a period of time where we were in the Piscean age, and we're in the age of Aquarius. I'm sorry, Christine Marie, who's also going to be coming on later, was just notifying me about something. Um, Well, I didn't even introduce myself, so I feel rather rude. I was just going into talking. My name is Ellen Pellegrino. I go by L because L is the light of God. It's one of the names of God. And that's within each and every one of us. That's your soul essence. We're all part of that beautiful light of all that is. Priestess is the essence of helping you connect to your connection to all that is, helping to amp up and elevate and allow you to connect to the magnificence of who you are um, and who we all are. Um, there's so much I want to share. The original concept of me coming on was Andrew Kaen and Christine Marie, who was part of Earth Day, World Peace Day in Times Square. And we were all part of being on stage. Christine Marie and Beats created a beautiful song um, that when you listen to it, and especially when you listen to the performance, that we create a movie short that you're going to be able to see. Well, if you were in the Nyack area, you can come to the Nyack Film Festival and catch the movie. I don't know why I can't center myself on this thing, but I guess it's the way it's supposed to be. I'll just leave it at that. Um, it was beautiful because we had Fantuzzi and Yoko and a number of different other people that Christine and Andrew will tell you all about. But when the song was being played, and we were in the background, and Yoko was a belly dancer, and she's amazing. I did energetic work on stage, bringing in that energy. Um, Fantuzzi, he was drumming and energetically lifting the vibration as well. While, oh my goodness, I keep getting notifications, so I'm going to totally ignore it. But it was an amazing experience. Um, I've been part of doing stuff with the UN for a number of years, along with Andrew. We were part of Vigil for Peace, and we've done a number of different projects and concerts and different things of awareness. Um, my thing was always Age of New Beginnings, and that I created about 35 years ago. And that was a way, um, the 10-year show that I had was showing all the different ways to heal. We're all, what are we meant to do is we're all meant to evolve. We all go through ups and downs and all arounds, but that's part of us growing and healing and becoming alignment of where we're supposed to be. And the more you understand it, it's actually quite simple. What are we supposed to be? We're supposed to be happy. And learning how to not get caught up in things that don't matter, and learning how to project what you want into the universe. And so there was different things that I taught with the violet flame, which is the highest of high vibration to co-create the reality you want. There's infinite ways to get there, and that's what I did for a decade of teaching all those different ways and introducing you to shamans and all these beautiful energetic souls that would help you release your blocks. Now, I'm doing something if you're in the New York area and you want to come. And what that's going to be is April 4th. Um, we're going to do a meditation. We're going to move an energy where you're becoming more and more of, well, the meditation's to understand what you're ready to let go of, whatever's holding you back. The energetic dance is for you to move the energy, and then you're going to walk through fire. So a beautiful ring of fire. So there's three of us. This is Jessica and Aramis. She's also known as the, oh my goodness, vixen of fire. And Jessica is a mystic psychic who is just very, very gifted. I surround myself with beautiful, energetic people. It just makes life so much more amazing and dimensional and empowering.
Let
So
me may I ask you a question? Because
please.
I'm listening to you, and I'm definitely tuning into your resonance, and I feel really, really, really good. It feels, if I feel it, I could feel the charge, I could feel the lightness, I could feel happiness, I could feel when you were saying, talking about the movement and the creation, and mentioning these people that I haven't met per se, but they're kind of in that the they're part of the creation, right? And so when you open yourself up, you can sort of even feel what you've created, even if you haven't met the people. Now, I am in worlds, right, where some people are in maybe more boxed in, and maybe their framework and the closest they get to maybe understanding their connection to something bigger is through whatever that framework is. Maybe it's through an organized framework, and depending on that lens, in this world of opinions, everybody wants to claim that their way is the better way, and they knock things like what you're talking about. I remember that as I was a budding into this world, I would get puzzled like with the inconsistencies. So I would look at the holy book, for example,
Yes.
and I would see, but here in the holy book it says that I am to receive a pearl, and everybody will receive a different pearl, and that pearl means this gift that God has given you. And some people may receive the gift of foresight or the gift of dreams. So if I meet people who have that gift, why am I to look at them as evil if they're not under this framework?
Right. You know what? Fear plays a role and control plays a role. And, that's kind of what religion does. It puts you in this little box. And as long as you're there, you can feel safe if that's what resonates with you. Um, as you start expanding, I have a book that came out on the 27th of March. It was called Take Your Power Back. And in that book, it explains on how I used to have accident after accident that I should have died. Smacking my head out of a moving truck on Montauk Highway out by me, um, falling and fracturing my tailbone, having a thing called coccydynia, having all these different things happen to me. It made me where I had to raise my vibration so I don't take medication and that I'm in a beautiful place. Um, there isn't anybody that isn't able to reach whatever heights they want, but people are an example of what they know and what they experienced. And that's why people of religion, of certain religion, I mean, I was brought up Jewish. When I was a teenager, I was a Buddhist. I looked into reborn. I looked into all the aspects until I just felt comfortable in spirituality. And what feels right to me is we all are a beautiful light of God. And imagine a TV, and a TV has all these beautiful, colorful pixels. And we're all those soul lights, the different colors of that pixel. And together we create a beautiful imagery. So we are all meant to be unique, and we're all meant to be what feels right for us. Um, I do a thing called quantum healing work. And quantum healing work is a little bit of hypnotherapy. I'm a licensed hypnotherapist as well as an intuitive. So the way you feel my energy, I help somebody go through a deepening where they're not under anything, but they're very in this beautiful, very angelic, relaxed space where God and the universe takes them where they're meant to go to realize whether it's this lifetime, other lifetimes. Um, and everybody has had many, 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 many lifetimes. And to realize each of those lifetimes almost mirror each other in different ways. You might be a male, you might be a female, you might be whatever you were at that particular time. But we were all meant to feel a perspective, to experience our journey. But in this journey, we're meant to get it right. And getting it right is allowing yourself to be happy. Not complicated. It's
I
not
love that.
overwhelming. It's not out there. It's in here. It's right inside of us. And when we start to live every day and enjoy it and love people for who they are, even if they're different, even if they're not everything we hope them to be, they are where they need to be. And so when we stop trying to change everybody, because the only thing we could change is ourselves, and we start loving people as they are because they are their experiences. They don't know how to be anything other than that. Um,
I absolutely love that. You were mentioning the colors, and I felt like this is like the perfect time to bring in Peter to see what he'd
that's
like
true.
to add to the conversation. Peter of Peace Lights, whose lights have been seen everywhere. And when you stare into those lights, you get mesmerized in a sense. And I can't wait. I don't know if you can hear me, Peter.
And I know Peter for many, many years. Hi, Peter. Hello, hello. He's brilliant, and all if it's a high vibrational spiritual event, he's there. And what you would see is a TV that shows all these different colors of vibrational lights, and he mentions all the different countries around the world. So
Well, I'm not sure if Peter can hear. Oh, there
there
we
he is,
go.
Peekaboo. We see you.
Surprise.
Yeah. Uh,
Wow.
I heard the last bit. Yeah, that sounds like
Welcome,
peace lights.
Peter. Welcome. All those beautiful peace lights. And I just want to say to the fam who's tuning in, this is a show where we're tuning in, Portal to Peace. We're going to be discussing
Yes.
with the fam a couple of threads that come together and threads that are messages from the Peace family. Joining us soon is also Paul Sladkus, Christine Marie, and also Andrew Kaen. I will be letting you in very shortly. But Peter, let's talk about you and your peace lights. Tell me about this concept. Tell me why those lights are mesmerizing and how they affect a human being.
It's crazy. Thank you very much. It's great to see you and everybody. Peace lights quickly kind of got a life of its own, and I've been on along for the ride. But its background is from light photography. And I was very fortunate to meet a video artist named Eileen Cohen, now Eileen Felix, and we started to collaborate. So I had a bunch of light photography, and she was a video editor, and we had been projecting onto buildings in New York City in 2014, and then 2015 was the United Nations International Year of Light. And we were the invited artist projectionists for that because we had all this pure light based projection stuff. And then soon after that, peace lights came out, started to be adopted as a symbol of peace around the world. First time it was ever shown in public, it's coming up on 10 years, was at the Jacob Javits Center in New York City. And people were lining up to get their picture taken, like with the lights flowing over them. So the colors represent the different cultures in the world, and the motion represents how those cultures interact and work together to achieve harmony and peace and good energy. And that's what everybody says. There's just good energy that kind of is associated when this is in the air. You see the words peace lights in 55 different languages. And whenever there was multiple words for the word light in that language, we always chose the holiest form of the word light. And finally, what I think is kind of one of the most interesting parts is wherever peace lights plays in the world, people are encouraged to project their own thoughts and intents for peace into the lights, and kind of contribute to the energy. So that's
That's beautiful.
the story of peace. It's played on all 7 continents now. About 2 weeks ago, a retired Marine Sergeant, Danny Garcia, was celebrating his 80th birthday. Retired Vietnam veteran, and he had walked since the mid 90s over 52 million steps for world peace and children. And for his 80th birthday, he did his 7th continent. He brought peace lights along, and so yeah, it's played probably 50 United Nations related events, probably more actually, including in a General Assembly Hall, main conference rooms, Delegates Lounge, Church Center, 8 times in Times Square with Paul Sladkus. Thank you.
Oh,
Oh,
you
man.
mentioned him. We're gonna have to bring him on.
Yeah, bring him on. I'm done. This will be
Let's
in the air
do it.
tomorrow.
Oh,
And
I love it.
congratulations to Christine Marie and everybody for the Pop Nation. I'll be there tomorrow for the opening at Nyack. So thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. No, but you could stay hanging out with the crew. Let's stop
I'll try
popping
and
in
I'll try and
the
set up.
community members. Welcome, Reverend Paul Sladkis, to the show. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm great. I feel super and busy on our Earth Day upcoming event, Earth Day in Times Square, and on April 22nd, 11:30 to around 4 or so, we're finalizing details on it. I will say one thing, Peter's, because he's been around a long time with these peace lights. It's such a great idea that Netflix has used it as their logo-ish thing-ish. Do you know
Ish.
I
that, Peter?
noticed that.
A lot of people have said that to me, but there's no affiliation.
No, go tell them to give you $1 billion. So here's the thing.
But it's interesting that you noted that, Paul, because when I saw that, I instantly thought about Peter's Peace Lights. Of course, I like Peter's Peace Lights more because of it's felt soothing. It feels soothing, but I get it.
Well, he didn't show actually at this um, time right now, but he does have the languages of the world as well that keep coming up. Peace in many, many different languages, and
55, 55.
it's a beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. In fact, we use it for some of our vertical Facebook videos. So the sides sometimes we use the peace light. So we're fortunate. We're fortunate actually with everybody on this call. I believe I know everybody. Actually, I don't really know you that much, Rosa Angel. But I'm happy that you're getting this all together. And my great grandfather Andrew, he he was kind enough to ask if I wanted to be on here. So we're all doing this 20 plus years, and with happiness, and Christian Marie's over there, and I also know have Priestess quite a few times being at
Let's
events.
bring them all up.
They're all
Have them all here.
you got an A list here of peaceniks that are so dedicated that it's the 150%. They'll live their lives for it. They'll spend their money. They'll spend their time. It's just it's a beautiful thing. It's good news, and since we're the good news broadcaster for 27 or 7,000 shows later. We love to support everybody on here and yourself too. You give me this, I'll broadcast this show on Good News.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm not sure who'd like to come in and say hi, Andrew, Christine.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? Welcome.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Rose Angel. Hi, Peace Lights, Peter, Paul, and everybody watching. Glad to be here. And it's all about peace. What's the good news? The good news is that we're all working together to raise consciousness on this planet to bring out and manifest world peace. So there's no more anything besides world peace. That's the energy we want to create. That's the energy we want to produce. That's the energy we want to be. All of us are here, Ellen. All of us are here to be that, including you, Ra. We're here to make a better planet, so we can be together. And this movie that we're showing tomorrow, I'm so excited because Christine Marie, this has been her lifelong dream of manifesting with Lakshmi Foundation that she put together in association with United World Pictures, under We the World, working with all these people to produce this. She produced a song. She'll tell you more about it. Rulers of the New Earth, and I became part of that project last September, and she created a film just this past few weeks. Actually, it really only took a few weeks to do. Can you imagine that? With
I
a
love
very low
that.
budget, she did it on her iPhone. Amazing job. She interviewed Paul, Ellen, me, Rick. We're all in this together to build a better world.
And you sent me the promo for that, right? Would you like
Yeah.
me to share it?
Oh, yeah. That'd be wonderful. You can share the trailer.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's do that. I was trying to also download the song, but I wasn't able to do that. But family, I want to share this trailer. And is there anything else you'd like to share a little more about before I hit play, Andrew, about the trailer?
I think Christine would be the better one to say something about it, actually, if you can bring her on.
Is she here?
She
I don't.
is.
Oh, okay. She's with you.
Sorry, a little technical glitch. Hold on.
Okay, no problem. So, why don't we play let's play the trailer.
Mother Nature, she's amongst us. She's ruling with abundance.
A chance phone call about an oil deal and the use of water hyacinth for diesel fuel turned into a divinely guided artistic collaboration that Solo's voice was meant to bring this message to the world. We fused in my rapette. Without needing extensive rehearsal, a collective of us peace-driven artists came together. We created a seamless, powerful performance.
My project that I was working on with this young producer from Sierra Leone, Solo Beats. He goes by Solo Beats.
It's a big honor. We had a great Peace Day. This is a Peace Day from before. Our good friend, Kristen Marie, she was in it and brought a great group together. And I think that at the end of this, you're going to hear that great group.
It occurred to me, what good is a music career if the whole world is going down the tubes?
Been involved with peace organizations and spiritual communities for the past 25 years.
We're here to talk about some of the magical people that were part of this wonderful event, and to be in an understanding of why it was so special, because everybody who was part of it was magical.
I decided to make a company called Convivencia Forever Films, which is living with. That's a time just before 1492, when the Muslims, the Jews, and the Christians used to live and work in peace and harmony together.
Pure Peace MOG activation is a very beautiful project. We need to come together as one and do this. Not only for the project, but the world needs to hear the song, and everything seems to align together for peace.
Connecting through the mushroom channels, microdose, and thanks for your inner balance. Be centered in your heart, we're jumping through stars. You're gonna remember who you are and how you came to be, the true origin of humanity.
We are rulers of... I love that. Oh, wait, let me bring Christine up. I've been enjoying seeing her in the little box. I forgot to add her. Christine, there you are. Oh, hi, how are you? Welcome.
I'm great. How are you? Thank you so much for having us.
Congratulations. I just feel the energy that is resonating with all of you. And also, I can also tune into the connection, the beautiful connection that all of you have created together through the years of working together, collaborating. You inspire me. I mean, I always feel so grateful to Andrew, who it connects me to this and keeps it present in my life. I'm so hyper focused on politics and news, not necessarily by first choice, but this is where I love to be in. So I'm grateful to be here tonight. And please tell me more about this beautiful film and everyone, how it came about that everyone's in it, and how you feel about it now.
Thank you so much. This is the second time I'm on your show, and I felt a really good energy about you as well. I've always felt really responsible for some reason about my fellow peacemakers, such as Rick Ufik, Paul Sladkus, Andrew Kaen, and so many other people that have been really out there working for peace, for nothing but peace, so to speak, just because it's in their heart. And I share that same thing. And of course, Elle, who was just on, Elle Pellegrino, one of my best friends and soul sisters, and everyone that was involved in this program. This was not about me. This was about me being on my mission and being a magnet to attract the most amazing, pure hearts that, hold on, Andrew, can you turn your mute? You have to turn your sound off. Is that the comment for me? Sorry. So I just knew that for some reason at this time in my, no, Andrew, turn your sound off. No, it is off. All sound is off? Yeah. No, it's not. Okay. Anyway, so I've been doing this my whole life. I've had a vision of taking money that's going to destructive things and putting it toward positive things. What I love about Paul Sladkus is his good news broadcasts. He just embodies that. And so I really wanted to be one of the people that just let the world know about these people that have been working tirelessly, for peace. And so I got inspired by my bestie Andrew Kaen and my peace partner. He said to me, "What are we doing with Rulers of the New Earth?" Because we recorded the song, and solo beats from Sierra Leone, Africa. We were so lucky that Bly Biden introduced me to him, and we created this song, and we did this amazing peace activation. We posted it on YouTube, we posted it on Facebook. But Andrew said to me, we really have to do something with this song because it's really important. And so, because I respect him so much, and I really value his input, and the same thing for me too, is like Andrew really helps me to keep my center focused on what's really important. And so I'm really grateful to him. And so when he said that to me, it really inspired me to take action and make something happen with this so that the world can get activated, we can have a critical mass shift, and we're coming into our golden age, and just to help everyone else that's on the planet that's doing the work, and to spread it like wildfire, peace on the earth, basically. So I signed up for the Nyack International Film Festival, and it's playing tomorrow night as a premiere, and so we're very excited. Are we still on? I don't think we're on air, Andrew.
No, yes, we are.
Okay, we are still on.
You know what? If it's easier, maybe you and Andrew could be in the same little window box, and
Yeah,
then
he's turning his off right now. Just turn your sound off, Andrew. Yeah.
oh, oh, I think that maybe that solved the problem.
So that's what happened, and so now we're here. We're at the Nyack International Film Festival. It started tonight, and tomorrow night at 8:33 p.m. Our premiere, Pop Nation, Rulers of Portal of Peace, Rulers of the New Earth, will play, and we'll see how people get affected by it.
I freaking love it. I feel like the divine children are part of you. I have a lot of respect for you guys, right? Even if we don't know each other like intimately all the way through, but your presence in the community is long. And in New York, I have seen with my sister and I, we had a little metaphysical shop for about 10 years before that popped up. I remember very vividly all of the spots that were very clear in the city, all of the outward spiritual things that would happen, and all of a sudden, one by one, different reasons. Everybody had a different reason, whether rent was kicking up or there was a problem with the tenants or whatever. But one by one, all of these places had a challenge, and they had to remove. Many of us had to relocate. I back then almost I felt that it was an energetic attack on the community that was feeling like we needed to gather, because there was a large presence of us besides what was happening with the New Life Expo, but there were all of these events, and I felt like we were also very aware and in tune of who was doing events, and you saw more people versus right now in the present moment, especially with the dark years from 2020 on, and people are now feeling more comfortable to come out of their shell, even though we still have human beings that are not necessarily feeling comfortable, not only in their skin, but also to even interact with other people. I'm seeing so much of the contrary, so much of communication gone wrong, so much of people having and feeling all of these emotions and not knowing when something, a little trigger gets activated visually or whatever, they don't even know how to communicate that to a friend. Some people never communicate it, others just over communicate, and then they lose a friend anyway. and now I'm here in this vibration with you guys, and to me, this is part of the answer of what the outworld and the day-to-day, like New York City vibe, wants to convince us is the only little slice. Who would like to respond to that? I feel like I would love to maybe have a response from Reverend Paul. Okay.
Reverend Paul?
He's on mute.
Oh, well, I'll say something if he's on. Paul, are you talking?
He's trying to.
Maybe you can unmute him. I think he might be muted.
He's on mute.
Hello?
No, we can't hear you, Paul.
Well, while he's getting unmuted, I just want to say that it's so important right now because there's the energy on the planet is rising. And so everyone's stuff is going to be coming up. And so it's really important that people know that you have to learn how to process those emotions because your feelings are directly related to your soul growth. And so when you feel your feelings, you automatically grow. But most people have not been nurtured this way and they haven't been educated this way about how to process our feelings correctly. So you're absolutely right that the reactivity comes up and those kind of negative kind of things instead of understanding what's really happening right now because we've all been wounded and usually between 0 and 7 years old you don't have the facility to process your emotions and then afterwards no one teaches anyone regularly about how to process emotions. So it's really important to get with a bioenergetic therapist or some kind of mentor or leader to kind of understand and learn how to process your feelings so that you can be present and not be in reactivity and heal those wounds, you know? It's just an important issue. So,
That
He said he
makes
wanted to
sense.
mention about the clips.
And
well,
Andrew,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Christine mentioned to me that there was a major eclipse the other day, and it was like a portal opening at the same exact time that we're about to show this film, which is a portal to peace. So it's very synchronistic. We were actually trying to also play at the New Life Expo, which it's okay that didn't happen, but it's really about peace, and I would love Paul to come in if he can. He has to just unmute himself. He's still muted. Um,
not on my end. Let me see.
um, Paul, I've been working with, I've known Paul Sladkus for a very long time. Also, he's been doing his work, Good News, since 1998, the same year that We the World was formed. And he's been doing these Times Square events for peace on September 21st and April 22nd. And I think he just, did he just get off the phone?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
I
Uh,
popped them out to see if he can come back in again because sometimes it's just a glitch.
Oh, okay. Well, Paul has been doing this for a very long time. He actually worked with television for many, many years, and he talks about that in the documentary about how he came to be where he started doing his work. And Peace Lights, I'm just pleased that we actually have Peace Lights in the film because when Christine was performing with everybody, Peace Lights was on the stage, and Peace Lights is always on the stage with Paul Sladkus because it's been all over the world. And I've been doing my Earth Day event, the annual World Planet Heart annual World Peace Earth Day celebration since 2007. I'm an executive founder, and I think Paul's back, so I'll give him the floor.
Okay. Well, I went off and back on, so I couldn't unmute. But it's a lot about technical difficulty. See, the fact of the matter is, media. When I started CBS in 1972, they took me behind into the control room and the back and where the machines are and everything. And they said, look behind the machines because that's where television is. You have a bunch of cables, you have all these kinds of things, and that's what kind of keeps it all going or not going. So I heard everybody, but I'm sorry. I couldn't get on. Talking about sort of spirituality, getting back to that, I happen to know with our show right now, this Earth Day show, I'd say about half of it is spiritually related. We are going to start off with faith-based Pastor Monrose for the city of New York, and who's involved with safer cities throughout the United States. Um, in today's day and age, I think that a lot of people are looking for hope and are looking for, say they're looking for Jesus, or they're looking for, but they're looking, and they're wondering, there seems to be some complications out there. Most of the world lives in peace, but we are so inundated with media that seems to thrive, one, on the negativity of the world. One, two, we never were taught. I wasn't, and I got a master's degree to learn it. That it's the opinion of the management that on even ABC News with David Muir, that 90% of the show is disasters, and so it's just a little piece of the day. It's only a 30-minute piece, but we got a 24-hour show. I think everything should have the Surgeon General's warning. It could be hazardous to your health, even good news broadcast. We lost a little bit of our own hearts and old school ways of life, and sitting down. The phones take us away. I think we just have to get back to one Mother Nature, as we can get back to us Homo sapiens, because we're all in it together.
Log on to this now if you can. Period. Paul Sladkus.
What happened? Where? What? On what part? Who?
Period.
On
Hugga
peace.
is going to be in a movie feature tomorrow night, as is Peace Lights. Period. They're both.
Hi, Peter. We can hear you, sweetheart.
Oh, you can. I was just sending Robert Forenza a message.
Ah, I
Oh,
gotcha.
sorry. I'm sorry. I thought I was muted.
You,
I was so puzzled. I thought he was responding to Paul. I was like, okay.
no, no, he was just, yeah.
Well, that was a great response. I think that I find it encouraging whenever, like I said, you guys are a great example of what part of that answer is. In my day to day, and sometimes I get a little bit involved in like politics, underground politics. And, sometimes I try to strike up conversations with New Yorkers, and it just concerns me, the state of communication affairs that I see in the streets, the quick agitation, the quick meltdowns. I mean, I know that New York has always been famous for having a-hole energy, but we've also been famous for, like, if it ain't got nothing to do with you, keep it moving. If you have something in your mind and you want to say it to a stranger, think twice about it, because you don't know how that stranger is going to respond. And yet I'm seeing humans in all sorts of body, whether they're young or older, just having almost like an out of body explosion, that, and then they just keep it moving. And obviously there's a lot wrong if we're just moving around like this. And I know that there's a lot of stresses upon people, right? There's a lot of everyday things to think about, like how high rent is. I've been to Whole Foods for weeks now, and I'm like, where are the eggs? you know, like basic day to day things that could lead to just someone having a rough day. A lot of people that I engage with are hungry for communal type events. Yet when they're presented, some people don't show up.
I think it's their own self sabotage that, people know how to be where they are now. And connect to something of the unknown. Yeah, it's absolutely what everybody needs. And if people are acting out, it's because there's a part of them that just needs to identify and heal that part of them. So the healers out there really need to, which is what I'm into the age of new beginnings, is pushing out and letting people know that there are infinite ways of healing. there's healing with music. But if something hurts, like when you learn about healing, if you can't, if you're not expressing yourself, you got a sore throat. If you feel disconnected, you can have a headache. If you're going through a lot of emotional things, you feel it in your abdomen. If you have stuff coming up from the past, you feel it in your back. Your body talks to you. And if you're ready, there are infinite ways to energetically shift. Like I said, I have something happening on the 4th of April, but there are so many wonderful people out there, and that people need to search out somebody that they feel comfortable with. And I think that um, Christine Marie, the way in such a short period of time that she created something beautiful to go on the film festival, it's showing the essence of manifestation and your sense of purpose and passion. And I think people need to feel alive again. And this is a time of real. Where the universe and the earth will take you to where you want to go. So you got to be very conscious of your thoughts and conscious of what you're saying, because what you put out in the universe is going to definitely vibrate. So there was a wonderful book, and the book was called Conversations with God. And you want to make sure, if you say, God, I really want this to happen, well, God's going to give you more of that wanting. So it's very important to say it's becoming easier and easier to co-create a beautiful reality in my life and the life of others, and to take that moment to ground.
Amen to that.
There you go. And Neil Donald Walsh says that God is in everybody, the author of that book.
Yeah, we love Neil Donald Walsh.
Absolutely, 1,000%. And that's what I project as well. That's the light of God within us all.
Well, that's interesting because the the Earth Day event that I've been producing all these years since 2007, God spoke to me and told me to infuse world peace into it, and it's under We the World, and Lakshmi Foundation is also under We the World, in association with United World Pictures, which Christine can talk about. But I just want to say that We the World and Rick Olphick has done so much, and we're so it's so great to have him part of this film because he's such an important integral. I wouldn't have been able to do my Earth Day events if it wasn't for him. I met him back in 1998, and I met Ellen many years ago, and I didn't even know Christine Marie until I met her through a Christmas party at one of Rick Olphick's parties in the 1990s.
Yes.
So we all came together because we're like magnets toward each other because we all are pure. We have this pure mission of spreading love, healing, and peace on the earth. And we've been friends and creating parties and doing our mission. And, I just felt like, the whole world needs to know about all these amazing people that have inspired me. And so we created Pop Nation. And
Yeah.
this is
And you
really
did
Christine's
it
been
cool.
a
pretty
part of many of the
fast.
Earth Day events. She was at the very first one in 2007, and Paul Sladkus was there too. He was one of the hosts, and it was just a great first gathering at Crane Theater at White Rear, right near Washington Square Park. We wound up doing it at the Meta Center several years later, and with Jody Sirota and even Rose Angel, we love you. She was part of our Earth Day event that Christine Marie emceed with Mark Beckler, the New Life Expo last April. And Ellen also was in it.
That was a beautiful event. I invited friends that were this was like a brand new like environment, almost like we're jumping into this spiritual juiciness.
That's so
And
great.
I wasn't sure, because it's like when it's a brand new world for someone, it's a brand new world, and it was well received. People came out with like happier hearts, and
Great.
you
Alive.
what you created there, what you create all of the time, which is in real time resonance. I spend a lot of time where people are obviously talking too much about points here and points there, and this happened then and this happened back then, and we never kind of get to the present moment. Like but we're all here right now. How can we activate ideas and solutions, or start taking steps, or move into a collaborative process where we could co-create together? And there again, I find that some of the answer lies in things like what you guys do, together, co-creating it in the now, and presenting things with so much presence, which sounds cheesy to people, but that is where the power is. Wondering if you guys, if there's any like messages or wrap out statements that you would sort of like to make, um, and share with the audience, and also any events, plug in any events that are coming up for you, and any websites, stuff like that, so that people who might be interested in
Go to
learning
Film
more about
Freeway.
your work can connect with you.
So
Who would like to
I
start
just want to say
first?
the Nyack Film Festival is Nyack Film Festival,
It's
Nyack International Film Festival.com.
no, it's
And
Film Freeway.
no, the Nyack Film Festival has its own website. And what's the Film Freeway?
Filmfreeway.com/Nyack Film Festival is there. Is the link
What
to.
about ours, Pop Nation? Do you know what our link is? There's also a link to Pop Nation. If you go up on Film Freeway, you could probably look for it so that you can see the trailer, and then you can see what it's going to be tomorrow night at the Hotel Nyack in Nyack, New York, at 8:33 p.m. And is there anyone else that wants to say anything about sharing anything else?
I'll just reiterate, if it's
Mm.
okay. I want the trailer in our Earth Day event, as well, guys, if you can. Um, so, and at that Earth Day event, it's coming up April 22nd. It's a very big show with three-time Grammy winners and audio team. Very expensive show to put it on here in our Times Square, along with the borough president of Manhattan, and Mark Levine, and the commissioners of the Department of Transportation, NCAS, and so, and and then tremendous amount of talent, spiritual talent, Sister Jenna's, Antique Smith, another Grammy type. I'm actually seeing if we can get Wycliffe Jen to close the show. We're in the discussions with the Marleys to appear in the show. So we're trying to go to another level of some renowned names, because everybody in this world seems to always say, "Well, who's in the show?" and they want to know somebody that relates to them, even though in our minds, everybody on this call's minds, we've been doing this not because of who's in the show, but we've been doing this because our star has been peace
Right.
and Mother Earth.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And that's the end of the story with us. You don't care whether someone does an hour set, and if they're not there for the right reason, they might not even go on, but they're there. We one time had, way back Susanna Bastarrica days for peace, we had the
Yes.
number one Beatles group that was sounded like the Beatles, and we ran out of time. They were so cool. You know what they said? Nah, we're just happy we were here for the 2 hours waiting. And so, this has evolved under that mindset. And we're all trying our best to keep that mindset of purity, the purity of the reason why we're doing it. It's not the star-studded celebrity doing their thing. It's for the right reasons. And everybody on this call that's their shows.
Absolutely. I have that event, holistic healing event with Age of New Beginnings at the Beach Club Estate. It's about um, meditation and energetically releasing your blocks, doing it in a way that is magical and wonderful. If you want to check out on Amazon, Take Your Power Back. It's a book that I just released. Unbelievable. Um, and there's constant different programs and classes that help support people to heal, to evolve. And I feel very blessed to be connected with everybody. And if you want to be, I have the guy who was in, mm, oh my goodness. Um, oh my God, why did I forget his name? I guess because I'm trying to squeeze everything in. It's okay. Much love.
David
And
Bianchi.
wait till you see, because besides we have the film festival happening tomorrow night, the full feature will be coming before you know it. And stay in a beautiful place. God bless everyone. Much love.
Much love.
I got one, one quick one. Next Thursday is the annual Gandhi King Season for Nonviolence event. It's going to be at the New York Ethical Society on 64th and Central Park West. They already had, I think last week, they said they had 400 people confirmed, a lot of them being students. This year, the speaker is going to be the youngest person who was on the march from Selma to Birmingham. And they've had Arun Gandhi, the grandson of Gandhi, and people related to the civil rights movement. It's always a cool day. So anyway, that's this Thursday. Thanks, everybody. Great seeing everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Priestess L. Andrew, is there something that you'd like to close out with?
May peace prevail on earth. I'm actually doing another Earth Day event, annual World Peace 18th, with Shirley Barkley, grandmother, and some other Sundancers that she has on the evening of April 22nd. And that's going to be on We the World page on Facebook. So you'll have to find that. But that's what I'm doing. And I wish everyone tuning in can have a glorious knowing of that every day is Earth Day and that we're always honoring Mother Earth. This is our planet. This is our Mother Earth, and we need to honor her and be one with everything. Thank you.
So lovely. And is there someone who would like to close us out with a prayer? Priestess.
I'm connecting to the vibration of the souls that are connecting to the show. And oh, thank you, God, in the universe, for shining your light. As we shine our light to you, may you heal and rejuvenate the seeds of the earth, purify our water, and may everybody feel your love, your light. Each and every day is a blessing. Allow yourself to find what makes you feel alive and have a beautiful life because you deserve it. You have one life at this moment. Celebrate it. You matter.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you. And Andrew, thank you for being the glue that brings us together and connects me, keeps us activated here with this beautiful community. Deep bow to each and every one of you. God bless you. Thank you for doing this sacred work of being and living this peacemaker. This middle path is not always easy, but it is definitely so needed right now. And the world is starving for hope. It's good to know that there are people like you filling in those little peace buckets. God bless you all. And
God bless you.
you
Much
guys are
love.
welcome anytime again to I always love doing these shows with you guys.
Thank you, Rosita.
And you
Thank
do
you
a
for
beautiful job
being
with the
there and
host.
being on
Rose,
Thank you, all of you
Blessings.
guys. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Pete.
I love
And
you,
of course,
sweetheart.
thank you so much,
Thank
Andrew
you.
Kane.
Aye, 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 aye,
Bye.
aye, we are one.
Aw, much love, everybody.
Bye, everyone. This has been
Bye. Thank
Sangel
you.
Good
with
night,
Tuning
everybody.
In. Good night,
On y'all.
everyone.
Good night.